Welcome to Torah Simacha Practical Parenting, our next video from Parshas Yisro with a practical takeaway that we can all use in our lives. In Parshas Yisro, Bnei Yisrael are ready to receive the Torah. We're surrounding Har Sinai. Hashem has prepared us, 3 days of preparation, and we're about to get the Torah. Hashem told Moshe Rabbeinu, go down and tell the Jewish people that as part of their preparations for Matan Torah, they need to know one very important rule. No one will be allowed to go up the mountain. No one will be able to even touch the edges of the mountain during the giving of the Torah. Everyone must stand back. They have to make a boundary that no one can cross. And Moshe came down and he said, you have 3 days to prepare for Matan Torah, and you got to be very careful. No one can touch the mountain. No one can go up the mountain. We all were getting ready. We were prepared. We knew what was coming. And the morning of Matan Torah arrives. And there's a heavy cloud over the mountain, and there's thunder, and the whole mountain is trembling. And Hashem himself came down onto Har Sinai. We're ready to receive the Torah after 3 days of preparation. And before Hashem started, he called Moshe and he said, go and tell those people again, don't touch the mountain. Don't go up the mountain. And Moshe turned to Hashem and said, I've already told them. They know it. We're all good. We're prepared. No one's touching the mountain. Hashem said, no. Go back down and tell them again. No touching the mountain, no going up the mountain until the giving of the Torah is all complete. And Moshe did. Rashi tells us here that we learn a very important lesson. Hashem was teaching us that when you need to prepare somebody for something, you do it in advance, and you also do it again right in the moment. It's not enough to only tell Bnei Yisrael 3 days in advance, you should know you're not going to be touching the mountain. And it's certainly not enough to tell them only in the moment. We needed both. And if we needed both, for sure, our children need both. And this is the practical parenting idea that I have been using for many years. Whenever we need to prepare for doing something, whether it's something new and unusual, like going to be a guest at somebody's house or going to a museum, or something that we would do regularly, going to the grocery store, going to the library, I would discuss with my children in advance. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go be a guest in someone's house. This is how a guest behaves. This is what you're going to say when we walk in the door. This is what you're going to do during the meal. This is what you're going to say at the end of the meal. We would talk through, this is what's going to be happening. Here's how we're going to behave. And then again, right as we're driving over, right as we're getting ready to go, we do a quick review. Hey, this is how we're going to behave when we're guests. And I would do it literally every week before we would go to the grocery store. In the car on the way there, we would review. How do we behave in the grocery store? What are our rules for going to the library? We discuss it in advance, and we also discuss it right at the moment. And what's so beautiful about it is that when you're discussing it in advance, there's no pressure, there's no stress. This is just I'm letting you know what's going to be coming up. I'm letting you know how we're supposed to behave in this new situation. Or maybe it's not a new situation, but some people just need reviews on lots of old situations. And it's a time that there's no negative expectations or pressure. There's nothing. We're just discussing something that's coming up, and this is how we behave. And then we do it again right in the moment as a reminder. You remember that conversation we had? Let's see if we can remember what are the 3 things that we're going to say when we walk in the door or when we go somewhere special. You do both. You do the advanced preparation with your children, and then you do it right in the moment, right when you're getting ready to go on the trip that you've been discussing, when you're about ready to do something new and exciting. So that's the message I wanted to share with you from Parshas Yisro, that Hashem taught us. People need advanced preparation, and then they also need the reminder right in the moment, both of them. Thank you for joining me. I hope you'll visit my website, www.torasimacha.com, for more material, and you can find the link there to sign up for the WhatsApp if you'd like to get audio messages about Torah parenting, and have a wonderful day.